Welcome back to Edinburgh Fest Live. I'm your host, Samantha Baines. This is the only show that is filmed live from the Newtown Theatre in Edinburgh and also goes out on Sky Channel 266. Now, if you've missed our previous episodes, please do catch up on YouTube. Just search SBC Edinburgh Fest Live, and there's hours of entertainment there to enjoy. Now, we have a very special extract now from a play, Elephant Girls. So I'd love to welcome to the stage Margo MacDonald.
It was a game. It was always a game. You were either on a game or you weren't. You were either winning or you were losing. Up on your luck or in a spot of bother. You got away with it or you got taken down. It was a merry-go-round, a teeter-totter, a constant state of danger. Always a possibility you'd spin out of control. It was money, respect, women, fine clothes, parties. It's what I did. Here's how it's done. All's quiet. The shop girls, perfectly groomed and coiffed, the store minders flirting with the shop girls, the rich old birds and new young wives out spending their husband's dosh. There's 17 of us, 4 at each door. They're neatly dressed and holding their hair dye, and me wearing my suit and hat and waiting in a car across the street. The bells of St. James chiming out the hours, and at the third, all 16 girls burst through the doors and rush into the shop. 2 of the groups run up the stairs to the women's clothing on the first floor. The others head straight for the jewellery and accessories on the main floor. They all begin to grab from left and right. Silk dresses, velvet scarves, strings of pearls, leather driving gloves, shoving them into the secret pockets beneath their skirts, coats, even hats. They're halfway through the shop before the stunned shopkeepers think to try to do anything about it. And by the time they start to move, it's too late. The girls evade them by crisscrossing the shop, ducking behind display cases just as they reach for. Like a herd of elephants, they run. The sounds of shouts, confusion, smashing glass as displays topple over reaches me even in a street, so I start up the car. The doors nearest me burst open, the girls run forward, throwing their loot into the open case in the back. One jumps in beside me, the others run off in different directions. I pull out from the curb and race off to the north. This corner, that. Brief stop while a baby-faced girl gets out and runs into the pub, where the clientele will swear she's been drunk in a corner all day. Race to Paddington, where an anxious traveller waits for me to deliver his forgotten case before his train departs. He thanks me with a nod and a wink, and I'm off the hills to lay some odds on the horses. And as they say in the East, Bob's your uncle. 15 minutes trouble, and we've made a grand total of £5,000 easy. And they wonder why we stick to a life of crime.
Margo MacDonald. Hello.
Oh, hi.
Can you grab a mic for me? Thanks for that.
Oh, hi. Is this working? You're welcome. Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about the play this year.
The play's called The Elephant Girls, and it's based on the true story of an all-female gang that terrorized London shopkeepers and citizens for over 100 years, from about the mid-1800s, and then finally they were gone by the 1950s. But then they were forgotten about. And I'll tell you, Sam, I think they were mostly forgotten about because they were women behaving badly. And so I stumbled across them, as you might be able to tell from my accent. I'm from Canada, but I'm fascinated by these lost bits of history, especially lost bits of women's history, you know? And so a lot of my career lately as a playwright and performer has been focusing on bringing these lost bits of history out of the darkness.
Wow, so how did you stumble across these women and how did you start researching them to write the play?
I stumbled across them through Facebook.
Really?
Right? Yeah, no, it was a random comment somebody made on some photo that I was looking at and said, oh, you know, have you heard of this real life all-female gang, the 40 Elephants, who were around in Victorian-era London? And I was like, what? You know, and not only myself, but a bunch of my friends who live in London and so on, they're like, we've never heard of them. Even friends I have who were from Elephant and Castle, where they were from, have never heard of them. So that's part of the reason for the play.
And was there a lot of information out there about them, or was it quite hard to...
Yeah, well, fortunately, the reason that they came back into our
our consciousness, I guess, was because of a man named Brian MacDonald, who in 2010 published a book called The Gangs of London, 100 Years of Mob Warfare. And he's the one who kept finding mentions of them when he was researching his book. So he included a small chapter. And so I read his book, and then others, of course, have done more research. Some women historians have done research from kind of a different angle from what he was looking at, and I was able to gather all that. Plus, I came over to London and spent several weeks doing research there myself last year.
So as a playwright and performer, do you feel that you approach sort of creating a piece in a different way?
That's an interesting question. One thing I have found is that I don't write plays in this kind of same way that a lot of male playwrights write, and I've learned to be okay with that. I've learned that I don't need to do the well-made play, the 5-act structure with the perfect arc and so on. That my writing tends to be very fragmented. So this play is like you're spending 3 nights on a 3-night bender with this former gang member in a pub, and the play should feel like it's what you remember hearing her talk about. It's not a beginning to end sort of conversation. But it's more like, oh yeah, and then that, she said that part, and that sort of thing. So it's chunks of stories, and it does start out, it's kind of humorous, and it gets kind of darker and dangerous as it goes along.
So how long did this take you to create before you brought it to the Fringe?
I spent a solid 3 months writing it after doing about 3 months researching it. I premiered it last June, toured it across Canada. We sold out, won all the things, and then got the opportunity to bring it here to the Newtown Theatre at the Edinburgh Fringe. And it's my first time here.
Brilliant. Well, it's won loads of awards. I'm very excited about seeing it. Can you tell us what it is and where it is?
It's The Elephant Girls. It's at Newtown Theatre, Venue 7, in the mysterious venue, and it's at 3:30 every day through the 28th.
Margo MacDonald, everyone.
Thanks, Sam.
So coming up next, we've heard of Jamie Oliver, we've heard of Nigella Lawson, we've heard of Mary Berry, but who needs them? We've got Hairy Mary. Here she is. Hi, Mary. You all right?
My psychiatrist popped round this morning, So I fed him some of the cooking from yesterday.
Yeah.
He enjoyed it, yes. He's not enjoying the convulsions, though.
No.
Not at all.
What have you got for us today, Mary?
Oh, a creamy dessert. Everybody likes a creamy dessert. It's what we call in the cooking business the money shot.
Great, I'm looking forward to it.
Right, well, can we have a volunteer from the audience? I really can't be bothered so much. A volunteer from the audience to come and give me a hand to create a creamy dessert. Well done. Now, you'll need to come round this side, my dear. Oh, but you can't cross the shot, so you need to go back that way. You can't come this way because I'm standing here.
I'll go wherever you want.
Well, just go round that way. Don't know why you didn't go that way in the first place.
Hello.
What's your name?
Matt.
Matt. Matt. Oh. People might wipe their feet on you, I suppose. And what do you do for a living, Matt, if anything?
Acting sometimes and whatnot.
Acting and whatnot, and
yeah.
Doubtless hanging about in the street with your skateboard from the look of you. Yes, yes. Yes, I don't like them. They're a bit sinister, aren't they, skateboarders, with their little beanie hats, etc. Anyway, we're going to make a lovely creamy dessert. Yesterday, I found a package here for me. Mary Berry's cookbook. You will observe it's knocked down to £3.49, so it can't be that good, really, can it? Because it was £9.99 originally. Can't make any money off that. £3.49. That's what I think of that. Right, shall we make some meringues? Yes. Okay. And you take the bowl. Where's my bowl gone? There's it there. Preparation is everything, of course. Right, you take that. Now, first of all, what's one of the base ingredients of a meringue, Matt?
So you're going for the eggs, so...
Well, I was asking you the question, not to make an assumption.
Also, I don't know.
Eggs, but which bit of the egg in particular?
The yolk?
No, the white.
Oh, the white, okay.
So we want to separate the white from the yolk, don't we? So it's a simple way to do this. Then we just pop it in our mouths. Lovely, so we'll need 2 of those. Now, don't worry if there's a little bit of yolk left. It doesn't really matter. And then we're going to add some sugar, Matt, won't we? Yes, yes, yes. And we're going to whisk that up, aren't we? Yes.
Perfect.
So we're going to whisk that up to make a nice meringue mix. You see, with the egg whites and the sugar, that's going to be absolutely wonderful, that. It really is, yes. Now, these meringues are going to have a chocolatey finish and some whipped cream in them as well. So, we don't have time to stick those in the oven at 1,000 degrees for 20 minutes. So what we're going to... We've prepared a couple of... Oh, dear, never mind. Oh, I'm so sorry. Well, we'll let that settle. We'll make a pizza with that tomorrow or something. This is... these are ones I prepared earlier. Right. Could you take those, please?
Of course, yeah.
Yes. Now we're going to put some cream into those. Open your mouth.
Oh.
Now, what a lot of people don't know as well, you can save some money. These can actually exfoliate as well. Lovely. Let's do that and then just lick it off. Smooth as a baby's bottom. So just, right, OK, so we've got those, so that's the cream. Now we want to add some chocolate, don't we? Yes, because we want the finished ones to be nice and chocolatey, so let's get some chocolate for you here. Oh, this is so delicious, Matt. Right, break off some of that. A good bit, stick it in your mouth. Now we want a sort of chocolate sauce, so...